Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing or having a great day. This is a supplemental video to the Django development that we did. But this time, this is a guide on how to actually deploy your apps that you made using Django. Um, Nung una, we choose to not include this, or I choose to not include this on the actual talk because it can be error prone or there's lots of things that can go wrong that might take our time. But for this, I was able to find a simpler way to deploy the apps that we made. So this is using render.com. So instead of using AWS or GCP from Google, AWS is from Amazon, and Microsoft Azure, of course, from Microsoft. This is more in line with the likes of Heroku. So, ang pinakang point niya, hindi mo na kailangan ng DevOps. Even the developer on their own can deploy their website and or web application and have it viewable on the internet. And also another criteria that's why I use this is because this has a hobby type of tier that you can deploy even your Django application. So this is enough to test our project. And so actually you can, I will make a suggestion to the SIDLAC team that as another option for your exercise, you can do just the deployment. So in this demo, I have uploaded the source code for the previous demo, and you can start from that and deploy it on your own render account, and maybe you can just forward the link that you have deployed to the SIDLAC team, and that can serve as your exercise for this seminar. But of course, it will be the best if you can do the actual app creation and also the deployment. That would be the best. But for the for time sake, so we can save time. You can just choose one. So for this supplemental video, I have created a gist. So it contains all the steps that we will do. So if the video is not clear, you can just reference this and the actual line because some are too long and sometimes it's like this, it's mixed uppercase and lowercase. So you can just copy and paste the links from here. And in this video, I can explain what each step is for. And also I have other links that, for example, the recorded video after this, I will link it here. Then I also have created a Google Drive. So here's the source code, and here is also the links to the gist. So you can't misplace misplace it. So as a requirement for this demo, so you will be able to do it. You should have the following be installed on your computer. You should have Git, Python. You already. should have Django. Then I'm using Google Anti-Gravity, although you can also use VS Code. Then you should have your Gmail account because you should or you can use it to log in on GitHub and have an account on render.com. So let's begin. So the first step is to download the source code that we will use. So it's in this Google Drive. I will forward the link to Sir Renz so he can give it to you. So just download this. This is the source code for the demo that we did. So I'll put it on my sources folder. So once it's downloaded, it should be here. I will create a new folder. So BC Block Django deployment. Then I'll drag the zip file there and unzip. Mhm. So I will have a Django project here and it contains the demo we did from the last time. So once that is done, I will open to I will open anti-gravity. You should after downloading this, you can get it here. Just search for anti-gravity on Google and download it. So this is like VS Code. Actually, this is a fork of VS Code. So they are using Visual Studio Code and they just develop their own extensions. Then once you installed it, just to make sure to log in. So you can use the AI features, which we will use later. So it will connect to Google Gemini. So again, as I said last time, I'm using this because Google Gemini has a very large context window, so 1 million tokens. So once we have unzipped the source code that we have downloaded, I will just open it here. So open folder, sources, then Block Django deployment. Open. Press the author. Then we can open the console so we don't have to use iterm or the command line in Windows because it's the same. So let's just cd into the Django project folder. Okay, so the first thing that we will do is we will push this code to GitHub. So many of you probably is familiar with GitHub. So it's a source code repository so that you can use to collaborate. And in this time, we will use it so that we can deploy to Render because Render can reference GitHub. So I'll just create a new, go to your GitHub account, and on the main page, we have a button here, new, which will bring us to the new repository. So I'll just do the same folder earlier. So Sidla Django deployment. Then you can create the repository. No need to change any settings. Then the important thing here is this part. So we will push our source code to this repository. So I'll just, for now, we'll just copy this. This is also on the gist here. So you just need to replace this, which will be given to you here. So that's why you can just copy it. Then, ah, no, sorry. We have to initialize first. So we have to make our source code Git repository first. So these are the commands. So earlier I did a cd Django project. Then we have to git init, git add, then git commit. So let's type those. So git init to initialize the folder as a git repo. Then let's add everything. That's that. That's the meaning of that. I will add all the files. You can also add in the future if you just, for example, um, change one file. You can just, for example, do that. So you can add individually. But for our purposes, let's just git add all. So that. Then let's commit. And I'll just say this is my initial commit. Then we can do these steps. So git remote add. So we will add the address of our repository in GitHub. Then we will create a branch. Then we will push. So push means upload. It will upload our source to the GitHub file storage. So to check that everything is successful, I'll just refresh this, and as you can see, our files are here, and we have one commit. So that's another thing that's good here. Every changes is recorded. So you can click there, and when you click this hash, you can see all the change that was made to the source code and who made the change. For example, here, if you are collaborating with other individual or other programmer, you can see their username here and what they did. So for this initial commit, we just uploaded, so they're uploaded from the original state. So lots of changes here, but the succeeding changes that we will do will be minors. So the next step, mm, we have to do a few cleanups first. So our source code will be in a better form. For example, we will add white noise, unicorn, and we will create the requirements txt. So as a reminder, I'm using Python 3. So because I'm on a Mac, because as we have discussed on the demo that we did, Apple has their own Python distribution installed. That's why Python that I'm using is Python 3. For example, I'm typing Python 3 manage.py run server. So I'm adding Python the 3. So as well, it's like here. So pip 3. But if you're on Windows, you can omit that. So just check, for example, if it's properly installed, you just Python 3 version. So it will display the Python version that was installed. So that's just a reminder. So if you are in Windows, you don't have, you might not need to type the 3 here. So let's do this. Pip3 install white noise. Oops. When you copy it, don't include the shell symbol, the dollar. So copy that and pip3 install white noise. So white noise is it's for our for handling of the static files. For example, the CSS, the JavaScript, and the images. So render needs that to be installed. Then we will install Unicorn. So this is the web server. This will serve our files. So pip3 installed Unicorn. Then we will freeze the requirements. So right now we don't have a requirements txt, so render wouldn't know what third-party packages we are using. So in order to generate that, we just need to do this command pip3 freeze greater than symbol requirements.txt. So when you type that, you can see that there will be requirements txt file here that will appear. So we can commit here, git add, git commit, minus n. So let's just do git commit minus n add requirements with txt. Then let's just do a git push so that it will be uploaded. So no need to the origin main to put the origin main here. So just type git push. And if it's successful, it will be like that. And let's just see in GitHub if it commits or if it pushed. So right now we already have two commits. So initial commit and add requirements txt. So when you click on that, you will see that the changes that was made to the source code on that commit. So here, um, it just added requirements.txt, and these are the contents. So the freeze command earlier, so that's what it does. It will list all the third-party package that we are using. So for our purposes, those are Unicorn, White Noise, yeah, and this is important, the Django plugin. So let's continue. So we have to edit a few files next. So here in my list, um, I said in settings.py middleware section, add this line immediately after the secure middleware, nothing before it. So I will just copy this. So this will activate white noise, the third-party plugin we did earlier. So we will go to settings.py. That is on the main app, not the app that we did. So it's on the tool guide folder, then settings.py. And on the middleware, below this, the security middleware, we will just enter, then paste that white noise middleware, save. Then we have a few more lines to add. This one, so it's related to static handling, static files. So I'll just copy that. So this is the static URL. Then this is the folder that it will get the static files, or it will dump the static files. Then the storage system. So it's also from the third-party plugin that is white noise. So let's add that below the settings file. So here, so you just need to add these two lines. because it's already this one is already here. Then save. Then let's do another git push, add and commit so that our code is uploaded. So git add all, git commit -m. -m is the message so that you can describe the change that you made. So added white noise settings to the settings.py file. Then let's git push to update GitHub. Then let's see. So now we have 3 commits here. And this is our latest commit. So let's just inspect it. So see, yeah, this is what we did. So it said that on line 45, we added this, and below on line 120, we added these 2 lines. So it's very useful for reviewing the changes because it contains the history. And even the database changes, like we discussed on the seminar. We have the migrations. We can see all the changes to the database. For example, this is what we did previously. So the next step, we have to go now to render.com. So be sure to have to sign up for an account. Then we will create a new web service. Then we just have to do a few things. So actually, this is just three steps. So in the build command field, we will paste this. So it will install all the third-party plugin that we are using from the file we generated earlier. So pip install requirements.txt. Then if we have database changes, it will run our Python manage.py migrate. So it will create the fields. Then manage Python manage.py collect static. So this will compile all our static files, the CSS, JS, and the images. So as you can see, we're not using any more Python 3 here because this command is running on the server. So on the render.com's computers. So let's do this. Uh, Go to render.com, go to the dashboard. If you have an account, you will be dropped down here. Then here in the upper right corner, create a new web service. Then you can log in the future using your GitHub account, and you can automatically um, uh, choose the repository that you will be using. But for now, we will just do a public Git repository. You have also to do your exercise public so that the SIDLAC team can um, check it. So to do that, I'll, so you can see here that it's public. So I'll just get the code. For example, I'll copy this. Then you can it prefers the HTTP. So let's try that. So this one. So this is my username, for example. Then the name of the repo. Let's copy that and paste it here. Then click connect. So here, Just select my project there. This is the important one. A good thing it was able to auto detect it that my source code is made using Python. Then the branch, just do main there. So directory, no need to do that. Then here is the build and start command. So you can just copy that here in our gist folder. So we just added two more lines on the default. Then this one, the start command field. So do that. Then here you can do just select free. But when you grew, you can have this and pay for a more powerful system. Then, so that again is the build command and the start command that we did. Then let's try deploying. Click here. So here you will see the deploy message here. So if there's something that was wrong, the error message will be displayed here, and you can research that. Maybe put the error message in Claude or ChatGPT, and it will suggest you solution if you don't have any idea on how to fix it. So yeah, there, build successful. So we actually need another setting. So we have to get this, our URL that was assigned to us, and put that on the allowed host file. But let's just check this. See the allowed host. So this will show, and it is saying that you may need to add Sidlock Django deployment on render.com to allowed host. This will be different on each of the attendees instance. So just copy what it said here, or that can also be seen here, your URL here. Then add it to the settings.py allowed host. So here, but actually I have a command here that's more complete. So this one, so it includes the when we are developing localhost and 127.0.0.1. So it will still run on local. But this one we have to replace with the one here. So let's copy this. Sidlock-Django-deployment. So you have to have a different name because I'm already using it. So maybe add your username or any code so that we are not the same because it will not allow you to use this anymore. So that we don't need to put remember this, the HTTPS. So let's delete that. So it just needs the subdomain and the domain. So good catch for the AI we are using. Then, because we made a change, let's just update again our Git repository by doing git add that, then git commit -n. We always use descriptive message here. So added the render URL on the allowed hosts settings. Then let's git push. Then check if our source code accepted that commit. So it's here. added the render URL on the allowed host settings. So when you click on that, you can see that this is the line that we change. So on render, every time we push a change, let's do a deploy latest commit. So we have to click this. There are settings you can do so that every time you push a change, render will auto detect it, but that's for another discussion. For now, let's do a manual deploy. So in the future, if your latest deploy or latest commit has error, you can just deploy a specific commit to roll back. For example, if your last commit is this one has error, you can commit this previous one to roll back the change, and your website or web application will be restored um, to the state that doesn't have any error. So there, build successful. It's running the server. Let's wait if that will be successful also. There. So it said that it's good. So let's click this again. So page not found because we are on the guide or guides URL. So here, our um, output from the um, previous discussion was appearing now, and the admin. So it's also loading. I'm not sure if I can remember the password there. So here are our guides. So on the previous discussion, we had create super user account. So let just run that, and so you can log in here. So we have another change that we can do to improve this. Actually, two, but let's go back to the guides. So we want this main page to appear on the root URL, so without doing the guides. So this error will not show. So to do that, I have also here the code. So in the guide folder, we just add these two lines, import, this is for the URL. So there's another code for that. I forgot to paste, so let's just edit this and add the correct code. So yeah, this is correct. Let's just put that on the URLs page. So we will copy this, then add it on the urls.py of the main app, not the app folder. So tour guide folder, not the guide folder. So let's copy this. Then go on the URL spy of the tour guide, not the URL spy of the guide. So this one, the main app. Then paste that from guide, import views. Then because we are importing these views, then we will use the index to load the index HTML on the root. So here, the AI did that. So for empty, so root, we will just put views.index and link.home. So remember views.index, this is our um, function. So let's save that, then push the change git add git commit -n, then make the guide that index the root view that will appear when we load the main URL. Then git push. Then when there's a change, let's check if it's here on the commit list. Then let's deploy again using the latest commit. Then let's wait for a few seconds. And let's wait if it will deploy successfully. There's no error. So hopefully all the things that we did are correct. Let's wait for it to finish. Yeah, so it successfully built. Let's just click this. And as you can see, we don't have to type the slash guide anymore. Our view loaded on the first URL or on the main URL. So there, that wraps up the deployment, but let's do some more improvement here because our app is just a list of tour guides. So let's try to use AI for that to improve that. So that file is the index.html, if you can remember. So from views.py, it loads the index.html and it loads all the guides or the records we have on the table. So let's just use AI to improve this. So that's why I use anti-gravity. We can type here our instruction. So you don't need to go to ChatGPT or the cloud chat application and ask your question. So the power of this IDE is you can type and you can type your question and it can manipulate the files by itself. So you don't need to do copy pasting. So our instruction here is we will just ask the AI to in this case Google Gemini to improve our HTML. So and maybe add a search box. So let's do that. Let's increase the width of this. So my index.html is pretty plain. So please improve it using maybe cards to display each record and add uh, search box. So that's a simple prop. Let's just make it work and let's see what it will do. So it's processing now. So you have to do this also on your exercise, improve the UI using AI. And because this is deterministic, your output should not be similar because Google will do a different UI every time you run that command. So let's just allow this time. So submit. There's a setting here where you can let it just run and not ask for permission. So now it's opening the Django application on the browser because this Google Gemini, being the makers of Chrome, they can control Chrome or any browser that will appear after it committed its change. So now it's editing the even the views.py for the search, the server-side search filtering. Then it's creating a CSS for the styles so that it will be using modern design. Even handle the changes to the URL.py to add the search. Use.py, here are the changes, so similar to the UI of GitHub. So let's just accept changes. Uh, let's just add this, the changes it made, then git commit -m. So um, improve UI using AI. Then git push. Then um, we will check our deployment, or let's just check the commits first so we can see the changes it made. So you can see there's CSS that it did, and it made a layout on our previous, just a wall of text, then added the search query on our views.py. So that's just basically it. And let's try deploying it on our render.com dashboard. Deploy latest commit. Yes, so that it built properly. There's no error message that we have to correct. Let's click the URL. And there, as you can see, it improved our UI. And now we have the cards for each record. And we can search by name, area, or specialization. For example, let's search for Sara Lee. And as you can see, um, it updated properly. We can search by area, for example, Bohol, here, and we can clear. So there, as you can see, we can just edit this, the front end. If you want to concentrate on the back end, you can just have AI do the front end. So using anti-gravity, you don't need to copy paste from the chat boxes because it can edit your code properly. So there, that concludes our deployment guide. I will put the link for this guide to our GIST so that you can reference it. Where is that? And I will also forward this to Sir Renz so that he can post on the Google Classroom. So some additional next step that you can take. Um, as I mentioned last time, the Django guide that I did is a very simplified one. For example, we are just using SQLite instead of a full database like Postgre. So I would advise that after being able to do this, you can do the actual Django guide because this is more full featured. It just have four steps, part one, part two, part three, until part four. But you can learn a lot because this uses an actual database. It has database relationships, and it's using a full database. Aside from that, using relationships, it uses date manipulation and a more comprehensive deployments and migration. Then another thing that I would suggest is, where did it go? Um, uh, when you move to a full featured database such as PostgreSQL and grow from SQLite, Render also has its own deployment guide for Django. So this is also more detailed and will discuss things that I haven't discussed. So you can use that because, for example, yeah, if you're using full database, it has a section here. So I suggest that you do that. Then I suggest also you watch the supplemental video for WordPress that I did because we weren't able to do or to discuss lots of things. So I have discussed it here on this YouTube video. Just click that. Then I will upload more video or one video that's how to deploy WordPress and maybe how to install WordPress. But for now, you don't need that because you have your own URL on the sidlakawebdev.com domain. So that's it for me. Hopefully, you were able to learn things that you can use on your startup on these talks that we made. I really appreciate you giving me the chance to do this, and I'm looking forward to what output you will be able to do. Thank you.